Our top focus at the top of this hour is a terror suspect who's been arrested in Bengaluru. A suspected terrorist with links to the banned terror outfit Al-Qaeda was arrested in Bengaluru this morning. This comes after a joint operation was held by the Internal Security Division of the Karnataka Police and the National Investigation Agency. Meanwhile, NIA has seized the laptop of the suspect. Also, other electronic devices have been seized for further investigation. The accused, identified as Arif, was working for a tech company in Bengaluru and was staying at Thanisandra. Sources suggest that Arif was in touch with ISIS and Al-Qaeda and had also made preparations to join ISIS formally. So that's the news at the top of the hour. And now there's more update coming in as far as Arif's arrest is concerned. We're told that the radicalized youth Arif is married, has 2 children. He in the past has created a fake Twitter account where he allegedly used to post content related to terror organization. The account was later blocked by Twitter. Arif is originally from Uttar Pradesh. He was active on Telegram as well. Suspected terrorist had plans to vacate the house that he was staying in a couple of days. Incitement to organize in the manner of Afghanistan's Taliban is the charge against him. Initial input suggests that he had plans to go to Syria as well. So this is a big breakthrough that the anti-terror organizations have managed. Arif was in touch with ISIS. He had plans of joining ISIS formally and traveling to Syria. And both the NIA and the Internal Security Division of Karnataka Police are on this case. Ritu is with me on the phone line. So Ritu, this case unraveling, was this person on the radar of the police, of the agencies for some time? How did they manage to crack down his involvement?
Well, you see, the ISD in fact was tracking all his movements, so that's the reason how he in fact came under the scanner of the NIA as well later point for almost for a couple of weeks now that the internal security of Karnataka was actually tracking his movements, and from past 15 days it intensified, and thereafter they gave this information to the NIA. So with that joint operation, they finally today early morning reached his residence at Thanisandra in Bengaluru and picked him up from there, and now that the investigation procedure is on one hand, on the other hand, the Mazar at his location at Thanisandra is on, where the NIA officials have in fact seized his phone, the laptop and other electronic devices as well, for the kind, now that all the kind of information that they will also get from these electronic devices will actually help them to understand his whole complete plan. But yes, the NIA officials have in fact got to know that he had all the plan to join ISIS, and there again he was also in touch with a few other terrorist organizations as well. In fact, he in fact in the past had opened a Twitter account as well, where he used to continuously allegedly post the content related to the terror organizations, and later point Twitter had blocked his all the accounts as well. So he was not active on the Twitter, but meanwhile he was active on the Telegram. But you remember with this NIA officials coming out and getting this information about the Telegram here in this case of the Arif as well. Remember all that kind of incidents that we have witnessed here in the Karnataka had in fact had this common thing that all of these radicalized youth or the suspected terrorists for that matter, in fact the Sharik as well, who was arrested in the Mangalore cooker blast. So he too was very much active on the Telegram. So yes, that has become a platform where the NIA officials in fact have seen this continuous the kind of arrests that are all taking place, all of them being very much active on the Telegram and not on the other platforms there again. So this has raised a lot of questions now again, that whom are they really getting in touch with, who's that who's radicalizing them, who is also giving them financial aid as well. But when we talk about today's Arif's case there again, so he was doing a work from home from his place, and he happens to be married, has 2 children as well. So there again the NIA officials are trying to understand that the family was aware about his act, where he was going, to whom he was speaking to, and in what kind of contacts he also had, and moreover what plan exactly he had. So that is all that the NIA officials are trying to learn there again. But remember, this is the Karnataka. The Karnataka in fact happens to be a pole-bound state, where the officials, in fact the ADGP himself, Alok Kumar, earlier during the Sharik's case in the Mangaluru, told that there will be such kind of incidents means to disturb the peace and harmony in the state, but the officials will have to be on ground to ensure that the peace is restored in the society, and will have to work very actively as well, because it's the election year in the state.
Ritu, since you mentioned Bengaluru blast, let's also talk about Coimbatore, let's also talk about Bengaluru. There seems to be a common thread of radicalization running through all of this. As far as this arrest is concerned, is the police, is the NIA suspicious that there could be common link?
Well, see, at this point in time, it is very difficult to tell this, because what now that, in fact, the NIA officials are trying to get all that evidence that they can, and all our means, whether what kind of documents, were there at his place, the kind of contact that he has on his phone, and the information as well on what all platforms he was actually very much active as well. So this is all that in the primary information still that the NIA officials are trying to gather. Only then later point, after showing him as an arrest and producing him in front of the court, and after that they get that permission, in fact, to question him more and drill him more, is the time where we will actually get to know what kind of contacts he had it, and who was in fact in touch with him, who was helping him out as well. So in that sense only we'll be able to understand of what exactly is his story, and whether is then again another completely a new web there again as well. So that is all that we'll have to wait. But yes, as you again mentioned about the Shariq's case of the Bengaluru cooker blast as well, we had seen a couple of arrests taking place after his arrest as well, because he further had radicalized a lot of youth. A few of them were in fact been picked from Bengaluru, also from the other parts of the Karnataka as well. So we are seeing how in the Karnataka, especially from the coastal belt of Karnataka, where many youngsters are getting involved into this kind of radicalized activities, and moreover, police also happen to get to know about their sinister acts as well. And all of these arrests, if we also try and look after, are a very young age, all the young age boys in fact there, and how they have tried to teach each other with the money assistance as well, and few of them still happens to be absconding to the other countries as well. So it is really a challenging time for the police as well to try and track all of them, and especially for NIA.
Yes, Ritu, it indeed is, and NIA along with the other intelligence agencies have been trying to break this web of radicalized youngsters. Thank you so much for